What is up, everyone? I'm coming on here for a couple of plays for today. So the last 24 hours, guys, we're pretty much break even right now. It is Sunday night. It was Sunday night. Now it's Monday. And Monday, always slow for us. So we pretty much break even 3.25x. A couple of misses here that I'll get into, of course, with opposite correlation actually hitting, not hitting, but missing, I guess you could say. And then we have a couple of setups down here, right? And this is really the beauty of VIP, the beauty of what we do on PrizePicks is that, overall, if these both missed, let's just say, we would go down like 2 units. But if both of these hit, then we would go up like instantly like 15 units because these are two formats. Now, if just one of them hits, we would instantly go up like 6 to 7 units. So again, I would take the upside of hitting and going up 15 units way more than I'll take the downside of losing and going down like 2 units, right? So, of course, this is why we play these home run type entries because, if they do hit, they're going to pay us a ton and we're going to go up a ton of units. And if they miss, then we're only going to go down 1 unit, of course, right? So pretty like basic stuff there, I guess. But in soccer, we take 2 unders together and they both hit under together. I believe this team had about like 40% possession, something like that. So of course, that's a lower amount of possession than the other team. The Pumas team that they played ended up having obviously 60% possession. If one team has 40, other teams can have 60, obviously. And this team has less possession, so they go under. Same thing here. I took the 2 unders in soccer and they go under together. I ended up taking a lot of unders yesterday in soccer, I guess. But same thing here. I took the I took the overs, and these guys end up going under together right here. And this is actually full opposite correlation. And what I mean by that is we have correlation right here in Valorant. I'm hoping for a longer game, but a shorter game ends up happening. So these guys go under together. Same thing here in soccer. I'm hoping that these guys have more possession than less possession, and they end up having less possession, so they go under together. So again, even though this play right here looks really, wow, what a horrible play. You went 0-4. This is actually part of the program, right? Because when stuff goes 0-4, it's just that, again, it sounds funny, but we just took the opposite of what actually ended up happening, right? You're going to see that this team, if you look into the game, had less possession than more possession, and this was a shorter game rather than a longer game, right? And I can already tell this from some of these lines, and you're going to see just how correlated Valorant is and stuff, right? I feel like soccer, it's kind of like basic to know that it's correlated. It's like you have 2 players on soccer, they're passing to each other, but Valorant also very correlated. We do cash right here again for the 3.25x. I don't want to understate that. This is a really nice hit here. And of course, we do have this setup going on right now. Rightlich is about like right here, and then Poby is about like right here, okay? So we're gonna have to keep our fingers crossed. Hopefully these guys go under, obviously. And then yesterday's play of the day was very close. I feel like we've been doing well on the MLB plays. We just had a lot of unfortunate events. Sometimes the soccer would hit together and then the MLB wouldn't, and then the MLB would hit and then the soccer's not hitting together. So it's just been unfortunate. I do believe that we hit a 5x maybe like 4 days ago now or something, but we got to do better on the plays for the day on this channel, and that's, of course, up to me. I will say in this soccer game, I don't know what exactly happened, but the ball was more so on one side of the field than the other, and I'm not really too worried about it. It doesn't happen that much in soccer, but sometimes in games, these teams are going to play through one side of the field more than the other, and it's just a feel thing. It's really hard to call that was going to happen. And at the end of the day, not everything in soccer is going to hit 100% of the time. Like, we're not going to always have people go over together and under together, but most of the time, I would say 80-90% people are going to go over together and under together, and you can even see that on this screen here, right? This was the one pick that ends up going opposite correlation, and one person goes over, one person goes under. But as you're going to see the rest of these in soccer, as I already explained, this one hits together, and even though this one didn't miss, it does hit together towards the unders again. So this is very correlated, and you're going to see this across the board too, right? If you go to yesterday, we had an incredible day yesterday. We actually go way up past all-time highs. I haven't updated this since yesterday, but we're right around this again, 247, 245, something like that on the day, on the year in 2026, which is obviously incredible. Again, going up 250 units by early mid-August is insane stuff, right? A lot of people are shooting to go up 100, maybe 150 units over the course of a year. So we haven't even hit our best season yet, which is football season, because there's so much volume. And of course, during this season, we're going to have football, NFL, college football, soccer, esports, and I'll obviously sprinkle in some MLB and stuff as we go on too, okay? So before I get into the picks, guys, I do want to say to get into the VIP, there's a number of ways to do so. Everywhere on the screen here, you're going to see different apps you guys can sign up for. So whether that be NOVIG, ONYX Odds, Dabble, Rebet, Sleeper, BETR, Underdog Fantasy, Flip, KALSHI, OG.com. So if you do not have any of these apps, if any of those apps that I just talked about, mentioned, you do not have them on your phone net, you don't have an account for them, you can sign up and get 1 to 2 free months of my VIP. Again, most of these apps is going to be something like putting 10 bucks in. Like with ONYX odds, you put 10 bucks in, you get a free $100 in free picks. So not only is it going to help you out, because obviously it's a free $100, but you'll also get a free month of the VIP for doing it. And again, you're not losing the money, you're just putting the money into ONYX, and you're actually gaining money because you get free picks on top of it, okay? I will say, if you want a pass to get all of my plays up until the end of the football season, which is going to be like 6 to 6.5 months from now, guys, my football season pass is the way to go. It is $150, no questions asked, and you're getting all of my picks up until Super Bowl 61, guys. The past 2 years I have ran this, I've had people 20, 30, 40x this investment very easily, okay, guys? Football season is not something to joke around about. We normally go up about 300 units during that time frame, which means if you're a $1 bettor, if you put $1 on all my bets on average in football season, you would double the money right here. You would pay off this past 2x, okay? So again, that is as a $1 bettor. And I say that just to say there's really no excuses, right? I know I get a lot of people that say, oh, well, I only bet $1. I'm trying to build up. I only bet $2. And it's like, sometimes in sports betting, you have to invest in yourself. And, all of that time and effort and money that you would spend trying to do it yourself, you can get in for $150 or get in for free with a month with one of my promo codes, guys, with code detective on all these apps except Sleeper. My code is paid on Sleeper, and you can get in, you can build your bankroll that way, and you can pay off this pass by I'm hoping to pay off this pass for the normal sports bettor. And as I talk about that, it's probably about $5 to $10 a play. I'm trying to pay this pass off by mid-September. So that's a month from now, right? And hopefully we can pay this pass off for the general, people that have this pass. And then October, November, December, January, and February, as we get into the Super Bowl, it's going to be house money, guys. You're going to have this completely paid off by September, and all the rest of it's going to be fundamentally free because you made this back, right? The theory of the VIP is you guys get in, you guys pay this pass off, and you guys can build your bankroll, right? You can become a $5 bettor to a $10 bettor to a 15 to a 20 to a 25 and slowly build your bankroll up from there, okay? So that is how you get into the VIP, guys. There's a number of ways to do so. All those will be in the description, and my number is on the screen. My number is actually right here on the screen. So it's going to be 512-270-0440, and you can text me if you have any questions or if you want to sign up for any of these apps or anything like that, all right? So let's get into the play of the day. The first pick is going to be Kyle Schwarber to go over 5.5 hitter fantasy score, guys. I've really been liking this hitter fantasy score. This is one of my favorite picks I found all week, and I do want to explain why. But I also want to say that I feel like these MLB plays have been doing well, right? We've been hitting the MLB plays. Sometimes, like I think this last MLB play that we had yesterday, this one right here, this one hit in the first inning, okay? So some of these are just completely sweat-free. Kyle Schwarber, I really like the pick, and it's very simple why, right? I like him at 5.5. I like him at 6 as well. If you go to prop history, which is one of my favorite tabs on Pick Finder, you're going to see that his line is consistently at 6.5, okay? So it's at 6.5 on the 16th, and then it was at 6.5 again, and then it was at 6.5 again. And, his line has consistently been at this 6.5 range, 7.5 range, even if you go here against the Cardinals. And now his line is randomly at 5.5. It makes no sense. So, of course, this line is probably going to bump up as we get deeper into the day. So get this as soon as possible. Now, the number one reason why I like this pick, and this is very simple, is look at his hitter fantasy score line right now, and then look at his 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs, right? Hopefully, if I, am switching back and forth between these two screens, you guys are realizing that they are literally the exact same line, okay? Now, why does it matter, right? What does that even mean? Well, his hits, runs, RBIs at 1.5 is a green goblin line right now, and it's actually on Pick Finder. It has a 62.7% chance of hitting based on the probability that PrizePicks is giving you, okay? So this is not coming from Pick Finder. This is not coming from some advanced analytics. This is coming from PrizePicks telling you that he is a green goblin and they're going to reduce your payout. So what that means is that if you pick Schwarber and like some other, random MLB player, they'll probably give you only like a 2x or a 2.2x or something like that, because Kyle Schwarber has a higher percent chance of hitting his over 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs as a green goblin than the under, right? They won't even give you the option to take the under because there's a green goblin right now at 1.5. Again, with an implied probability of 62.7%. Now, with all that being said, I don't like his 1.5 hits, runs, RBIs because we're getting a reduced payout. But you can go over to his hitter fan score at 5.5 and literally get the exact same line. Let's look over the past 20 games just to show you guys what I'm talking about, right? Again, there is 20 out of 20 games pretty much. I mean, I think I'm seeing one game here against the Orioles where he actually hits his fantasy score and he doesn't hit his hits, runs, RBIs, which is funny. So his fantasy score actually has a higher percent chance of hitting than his hits, runs, RBIs. This could go away. But as you guys see here, as I go through the things, it is literally the same line. And the reason why it's the same line is because if you read at what hitter fantasy score is, if you get a hit, run, RBI, you're getting 3. If you get another hit, run, RBI, you're going to get 6. So if you get 2, you're going to get 6 hitter fantasy score. Now on top of that, you get 2 points for a walk. So this game right here against the Orioles, I'm pretty sure this might have been a game where he got walked a couple of times, maybe like 3 times. 2 times. So he got walked 2 times and then something else happened. I guess he got another hit or something. So if you get walked, you actually get more fantasy score and this doesn't count as a hit, run, RBI. So this is one of the main reasons why I like hitter fantasy score is because you get hits, runs, RBIs because, you know, he's a good player and it's the MLB, but also walks count a ton. And, you know, I mean, home runs, you're going to get like 20 points. So it's not even close, right? But anyway, really, really solid pick. Hopefully you guys understand the main reasoning why, and you know, getting out of all this nonsense. The main reason why is because his line is literally a green goblin right now at 1.5, and you have the exact same prop pretty much at 5.5 hitter fantasy score. Okay, so really like that line. Again, PrizePicks is giving you an implied probability of about 63%. That's not coming from me. That's not coming from Pick Finder. That's not coming from some, you know, random tool out there. That is coming from literally PrizePicks. PrizePicks is telling you that Kyle Schwarber has a higher percent chance of getting 2 hit, run, RBI than 1 hit, run, RBI based on his green goblin line, okay? So we're using PrizePicks against themselves, which is a strategy that we pretty much always implore, okay? So let's get into the soccer pick, and we have 2 players on this Talarez team right here, and they're facing Gim Mendoza. Talarez, better team. I'm expecting them to have more possession. A lot of the time when they face teams that are worse than them, like quite a bit worse than them, like Gim Mendoza is, then they go way over these lines, okay? So we have a player playing right here in Mateus Galarza, and then we have Santiago Fernandez, and he is playing right here, okay? So they are playing right next to each other on the field. So, of course, as Fernandez has the ball, he might pass to Galarza. As Galarza has the ball, maybe he'll pass to this guy, and then he'll pass back to this guy, and these guys are constantly going to be passing back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, right? Again, if you've ever watched even 10 minutes of a soccer game, you guys will know that soccer is 99% passing. So if these guys have more possession, these guys are likely to go over together. And if they have less possession, then they're going to go under together. Again, echoing what I always talk about. Does this have a 100% chance of hitting, right? Is this going to hit every time? No, we are long-term thinkers. This is a strategy that is proven. I mean, guaranteed proven to win long-term. How do I know this? Because I have like 10,000 bets under my belt where I have done this over and over and over the past 2.5 years, and we have gone up about 1,200 units doing so. So this is a proven winning strategy. And how you win in sports betting is not by taking 3 bets. It is by taking dozens and dozens and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of bets that have a small edge over a long period of time, right? It's like having a weighted coin. It's like someone saying, I'm going to pay you 50-50 for heads and tails, but you knowing in your mind you have a 55-45 coin or something like that that's going to land on heads 55% of the time and tails 45% of the time, right? Could it land on tails 10 times in a row and you lose all your bets? Yes. But over a long period of time, that coin that's weighted or something like that is going to eventually come across to get heads more than tails. And that is what we have. We have a slight edge, actually a decent edge, right? About a 10% edge, as you guys see here. We have a 10% edge that we consistently are going to replicate over and over and over again. And that is using correlation in soccer and League of Legends and football. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'm going to wrap it up here.